Hi, I'm Richard Hargreaves, co-founder of Purple Harry. We do exceptional bike cleaning products and ultimate rider care products. I'm just going to give you a few top tips on bike maintenance, and especially when you're cleaning. Number one, don't use a high pressure washer. You'll end up blowing grease out of bearings that you don't want to, and you'll end up blowing grit into places where you don't want it. And the next tip is make sure you clean your tyres. It might sound excessive, but when you clean your tyres, it means you can spot things like this, which is a nick in the tyre, which often gets bits of flint stuck in them, and the bits of flint just go further and further in until they puncture the tube, and of course you have a flat. And that can be avoided if you clean and check them. And it also identifies when you might need to replace your tyre. Next tip, brake blocks, make sure you clean those as well, make sure you clean behind them. Floss is ideal for that. Gets right behind them, gets all the road grit out, because if road grit gets stuck in there, it just damages your rims. Another top tip for a puncture is if you've punctured and you've put too big of a cut in your tyre, to get yourself home, if you roll up a 10 or 20 pound note, put it inside the tyre, it will stop another puncture occurring just to get you home. Next top tip is if you puncture on the rear wheel and you need to get the rear wheel out, shift the chain to the lowest sprocket. Much easier to get out and to get back in again if you've shifted it to the lowest and smallest sprocket at the back. While we're down at this end as well, when you lube the chain, also apply some lube to the jockey wheels in here. Keeps them running smoothly as well. And one other thing as well is when if you get a puncture and when you come to refit the tyre, people say often that they have to use tyre levers for the last bit, but that's because they don't do it correctly. People always try and use their thumbs. The best way when you get to the last bit of the tyre is to just roll it on, and if you keep rolling, it just pops over like that. And the final top tip, well, it's not really a top tip really, it's more of a code of conduct, or it's just not the done thing. Don't ever turn your bike upside down. It'll damage the seat, damage your brake pads, and it's just not cool.